out there. Oh.
There we go. We are there.
That's what you get when you start talking too much and then you don't pay attention. You don't pay attention to what you're doing. There you go.
There
We're
you
back.
go.
How's it going?
It's going really well. How are you?
All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. I don't know if there's anybody out there listening and watching us right now, but if you are, let us know if we're getting to you properly, if the sound is good, if the image is good, because this is a live show.
You need to have that, right?
And it's a one-man show, or I mean, two-people show.
I see.
In terms of
No, it kind of is one-man show because you do the setup, you do everything.
No, I'm saying in terms, yeah, exactly, in terms of getting
So,
everything
yeah.
ready,
Yeah,
right?
I agree. No,
There's nobody behind the cameras.
No.
It's just the two of us.
No.
This is just us and you guys having a conversation. That's about it. And yeah, so that was weird that camera went into like a shutdown thing. I don't know if it's
Pause mode.
because I'm not recording it. I'm just recording it on here. So yet another experiment.
It didn't like that.
Another
felt left out.
Another experiment. Can you test out the sound and see if the sound is coming out of your computer on Facebook or on whatever
You want me to
YouTube?
You want me to?
While I keep talking to these beautiful people that might be
Sure.
here, I don't know if you're here or not. If you're not here right now live, you might be watching this on a replay, which is fine as well. And we're just here to just have a cool conversation. Actually, today I not only brought some interesting news points,
Mm-hmm. Yes, you did.
but
As usual.
I'm bringing a game for you.
Ooh.
You did not know that part.
No, I did not
You
know.
did.
You did not
And
tell
it's a
me
game that you guys can play at home as well. And I think I'm going to have to play it as well.
What is it?
It's about logos and how well you
Okay.
know very well-known logos.
Oh my
But
God, I lost already.
so how are we doing with the sound? Are we doing okay with the sound?
Seems like we are.
Can you hear yourself?
Okay.
Can you hear
Hold on.
me?
I can hear you here.
Oh,
Hold on.
you can hear me here because I'm right beside you.
See, yeah.
You know, technology.
out.
Anna and technology. This is what
It's
happened.
coming out okay.
Okay, all right.
You
All right
see?
then. Okay,
See,
all
Anna
right.
isn't so bad after all.
Anna isn't so bad. So how has the, just going back to the last week's conversation, how has the fitness been going?
It's been going okay.
Has it?
Yes.
You're such a liar.
Okay.
You were just telling me that you were dying.
Truth be told, yes. Yeah.
Aha.
But that means it's going well,
Okay, I guess so.
right?
Yeah,
It's
I
working.
guess so. Yeah,
You did
but
not ask me how the level of, if I'm enjoying it. That's different.
see, this is
It's
what you
going
get.
well.
This is what you get when you start talking to a teacher. You get into semantics. You get into like how you construct your sentence. Your questions have to be
No,
the right
I did not
way.
say that. I understood. If you didn't ask me if I was enjoying it.
Well, my workouts have been going
I
good.
know.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
been enjoying them too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have. I can.
A lot?
Yesterday, was it yesterday? I think. Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was yesterday that I could barely sit down on a chair. That was fun.
It was fun to look at him. I said this last week,
But-
and I always forget to do that.
Mm.
I should start recording you on, a daily basis. I just have a camera on because it's very interesting.
That will be very, very interesting for you guys to see how a crazy man behaves. Anyways, so another Friday, man. Are the weeks just going by
Weeks just
quick,
go by so
or is it just me?
fast. They go by really, really fast. And I
Right?
think that, it's just, the weather is getting better, sort of.
Better.
Sunny. Better.
We froze our faces off
Okay,
this morning.
Why are you so loud now?
Oh, because I was touching
I see.
that
Right here.
and yeah.
So no, I'm not talking about temperature. I'm talking about sunny weather.
How's that? How's that?
Much better.
Much better. Okay.
Yes. So the sun is out, and I like that. I also love daylight savings time, and so this
I know
is,
it's kind of weird now that when we started doing this live stream,
it's
it
no
was
longer
night.
dark outside.
It was dark
right?
outside, and now it's not dark.
So I
need the
love it. I
darkness.
know we lose an hour whenever time changes, but damn, I love this. And
Right on.
yeah.
So if you're jumping into the live stream now and you want to participate, we're ready for your questions. Just comment below and whatever we're talking about, we'll be more than glad to comment back.
Yeah.
And talk
We're here
back.
for that.
Not talk back. Talk back. Talking back is bad. We're just gonna communicate. It's all about communication,
respond.
people.
How's
It's all
that?
about that.
We'll respond.
All right, so let's jump on to a couple of the. Something is going on there. I'm gonna have to go back there. I don't know why.
Keeps doing that to us, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the beauty. This is the beauty of a live show. Like, you just haven't expected things happen to you, but you keep talking. Did I tell you I have a new book to talk about?
What book?
Yeah, stick around and you'll find out it's a very good book. It's a mystery one. And I think I've read it a couple of years ago, and I said, a year back on. There you go.
Oh, okay.
You see, it's the thing of doing live shows.
And you know what? This is the funniest part. Today, I was cool. I did the whole setup. Everything was working.
So
I'm
what
like,
you're saying is,
I got this.
don't prepare.
I was chilling.
Yes, you
I was going through the stuff. I was actually going through the settings over there on
Honestly, it's
the
fine,
thing.
really.
And now, no, it's good. I mean, this is what happens, and you just have to keep on going. Actually, this is a good lesson for anybody that's thinking about starting a live stream or starting their own video stuff and all of that. Don't worry. This is life.
Just do it.
This is what happens. Yeah. Obviously, I mean, if you're going to do like a highly, highly professional thing, that's when even I do that. Like I hunker down and I make sure and I double check and I test before and all of that. For us here, this is just a little corner.
That becomes too serious. Right?
Yeah, and this show in particular, this is just the two of us kind of chilling, right?
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is episode number 7 of our life.
I have to go check it.
So Creative 7 at 7, episode number 7.
Woo,
You and
this
7.
Is meta. All right. So this episode, I wanted to talk a bit about logo design and branding stuff, and how people have changed some of the logos out there. And I found it interesting. So there's a few cases. So I wanted to bring those up so that we could just have a conversation and to talk a little bit about how important it is to have a good, strong brand for your company, and when is it okay to change your branding? When is it not? Is it a smart idea to keep rebranding? Is it not?
Yeah.
All of those things. We're going to look at a couple of the case studies that we got going on here. And the first one, it's not so much a logo rebrand. So I'm going to be talking about the Pizza Hut packs. So the interesting thing about this is that they're using a older version of their logo, which is no longer the one that you're seeing on the screen, but they're using it for this particular case because they decided to do something cool, which was kind of bring back the nostalgia of Pac-Man, of the arcade games, into their pizza boxes.
That's cool.
I know, this is such a cool idea that I'm so jealous I didn't have. But so they're calling it a whole vintage inspired identity.
Oh, that's
all right.
Cool.
So essentially, what you can do is you can actually play a game if you're pointing your phone. So it's an AR experience. It's augmented reality. And essentially, I'll show you the video so you understand. So obviously, everybody knows who Pac-Man is and what Pac-Man the game is. And the cool thing is, watch. See, so they have the box on itself has the Pac-Man,
like
the game,
the
right?
Game, yeah.
But when you play the video so you understand this better, whew, that was loud. But you see? You can turn your box into an arcade game. Look at that. So all you do is you scan that little bar. I don't know if you saw it there in the beginning. So you scan that. Whoa, where am I going? Okay, I'm going to the actual thing. So you scan the bar, see? And then all of a sudden you get your arcade right there. And you can play with you just have to keep it pointed to to the box.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
And you just play it. Isn't that the coolest thing?
Can I just say something?
What?
And don't hate me for it.
I won't.
I never liked Pac-Man. I don't know why. It was one of those games made me nervous, gave me a lot of stress, and I was like, nah. But it's a cool game.
And I just wanted to put an announcement out there right now.
Never liked it.
The Creative 7 live stream at 7 is now looking for a co-host. If you think you're good to be seated right here beside me, and you do like Pac-Man, that's all we need.
Why not?
So, sorry.
Listen.
You got fired on air.
Okay, bye. Have a good
No,
weekend.
okay, just sit there. Jeez, can't take a joke.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think of the idea, though?
That idea is awesome, though. Yeah.
Right?
Like, if whether you like the game or not, that idea is actually awesome.
So the interesting part about this whole thing is how cool it is that companies are now looking back and going retro with a lot of the stuff that they're doing. And that for me is interesting how and why companies are doing that, because, you know, are they trying to get back the nostalgia, or are they trying to teach the younger kids what's been going on? I mean, it's kind of interesting to see.
Yeah. I wonder that myself a lot, not just with this, but with a lot of things that I see. Looking at, and I mean, our son doesn't play that much, but just looking at the different games that he plays, I sometimes stop to think, what is the point behind this? Like, maybe I'm just not following what's being done.
Yeah, I mean, now you're getting into like
fast paced,
I know.
And this is just like,
you just have an objective.
Yeah.
Run from the little ghosts.
You're
That's
thinking, but you're not thinking too much.
Yeah.
It's true.
And
it's very interesting in that sense. I think that's why I love watching our daughter play Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing,
because it reminds me of this, right?
Actually, essentially, I think what you don't like is the violence that
I guess that's what it is. And so for me, this concept is really interesting. But I've seen this not just in games. I mean, there's a lot coming back.
But the cool thing is how they integrated the older looking logo into the box, because I think their logo now is a little bit different. So here it is. I have a comparison here. So this is what they're using now, the one on the left side, the red circle-ish. And then they have this is the older one. So the other one, they still kept that actually represents the roof, hut, the hut, right? So and they actually made the roof of the building back then. They made it that way, so that's why, I mean, everything connected and all that. I'll be honest, I like the old one, man. I don't know if it's just me being,
because it does give you the idea of a hut, right? Like you have.
Yeah, the other one just looks like I don't know, just a hat.
Chalet kind of look. Right?
Not a hut, but a hat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
So yeah,
just one of those things. I mean, we saw this thing happen as well with, and I wanted to. Oh man, of course, ads.
With Burger King. Yeah.
With Burger King, we already brought this up in a previous episode, how they went from the one on the left, which was. It looked like more like a bell than a burger, I think. I don't know, in my head, the orange. It was too yellow, right? Yeah. So they went in more to the orange sides. I guess that makes more sense to me as a consumer. That reminds me more of bread. Yeah. And they were playing around with that idea. And I think they did a much better job with that. I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments if you guys like the newer one, which is this red blob, or the older one, which is the one that actually, everybody, I think, kind of remembers more.
Yeah.
So that's that for these guys. But there was also another company that they haven't changed their logo since 1992.
Wow.
So it's been a while. It's been a while. Renault. This is their new logo now. So they're still keeping the diamond-shaped logo.
I was going to say, yeah. Okay.
Still the same thing. But now they made like a whole. They revamped it. It's more of a flat thing. So this image right here is actually on the new Renault 5 that they will be coming out. It will be the first car that has the new logo. But by 2024, according to what I was reading, they will be going across the board, and every single car that comes out after that will have this new logo. So this is it. Really simple, really flat, but I guess it's what's being used today, and it's a more minimalism.
Yeah, I was gonna say
side to it, but it works nicely, and the new flat logo, obviously, and the video is actually pretty cool. It kind of shows. We don't need to go through all of that, but they're talking about the Renaulution.
Oh,
is like a
interesting.
revolution.
Yeah, they play with the words.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not easy to say. Renolution. Renolution. So essentially, they're talking about how they wanted to just create something different on it. So you see, let me go back because they were showing the old ones there. So this guy is like the head of their marketing side. So that's the old logo. It's still keeping the diamond shape. I'll be honest. I think I like it. It's
I do too.
clean.
It's nice and
it's nice and
simple.
clean, right?
Very simple.
So that was the one that's been used up until now, which was okay too. Like I was okay with this.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, fine. I'm good with it. I wasn't too upset with the old one either. Now obviously with this one they can play around with it. That's what they're showcasing here. Like there's a lot of different things
that you can do with them.
They can animate. They can just do different things that I guess in a whole aspect of things it works better in terms of integrating it with the new technology with social media being online and all of that. And this is where I feel like sometimes it's okay to rebrand.
Yeah.
If, first of all, like in their case, they've been since 1992 without doing anything with the brand. Yeah. And they haven't changed it completely. I mean, you look at this and most people are going to say right away.
If you know the car brand, you know it's...
You're going to say right... Oh, man, I keep punching this. I don't know. No? Come on, come on. And
be so violent.
It's, I think everybody is going to recognize the brand. That's basically the bottom line for this. So I think it's good. I like it. This one, I mean, I liked it too. It wasn't bad. But look at the old ones. That's the first one over there.
That's so interesting. Wow, that one was busy.
That one was kind of interesting.
Looks like the
Is that a tractor on this one? And then a tank? Damn.
Wow.
I mean, they're coming from the 1900s. All the way from the 19... I didn't know they were this old.
Me neither, yeah.
Jeez, wow. And I guess in 1925, that's when they decided to go with the diamond shape. And then it's kind of evolved from there. So... The 1972.
The time really lapses, yeah.
My dad had a Renault.
From 72.
Well, not from 72. I think it was early 80s, and it had this one. Wow. I still remember it. Yeah, it had this one.
I do remember that one in the Renault 5 because it used to be a very popular car.
Exactly, and that's the one that's actually going to break in the new logo. That's the cool part about it. And the interesting thing is, so from 72 to 92, so it looks like they keep going like... Quite a few years, like 20 years. Yeah. So now 20 years again, they're going to be coming out with the new one. Hey, it's good. I'm okay with it.
It's very nice and simple.
If you guys want to check this out, it's on Design Week. Go check it out. Oh, and by the way, the last one, the Pizza Hut, I found that one on which website is this? I think
Business
it's Insider. So another cool transition here is the San Diego Zoo.
Whoa, look at that.
That is actually pretty cool.
I love it.
The first one, I think I know they were going for like a paw impression there with the zoo, which is interesting, but you got to really think about it. I'm not a fan with the San Diego, the lettering there. I have to say it's not my kind of thing. It looks too kiddie-ish for me, but hey, it worked for them at the time. But now they came out with this one. This one is kind of interesting, man. I have to say, awesome. This one is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And they even did a little animation with it, which is nice as well. So you got the lion, the rhino, and the I don't know if that's what kind of bird, so. Eagle, whatever.
I think it's an eagle.
So it kind of represents a lot of the and they even did like their own font to it. So they awesome. And I like the way that they're kind of using the negative space to work in other animals and other things like that. Some work better than others, but it's interesting to see this rebrand. I feel like when you look at it in a poster like that, it's a nice recognizable symbol.
Again, nice and simple.
And they went nice and simple and clean with the font as well. Nice sans serif font. And yeah, man, it's like sometimes just keep it simple. But the logo itself, I feel like it was whoever designed it, This was good. I mean, the lion, I don't know if I like that lion, but they made it fit. They made it work. It was good.
Yeah, works.
But listen, now that you've given your opinions on all of these logos and you guys.
Oh boy, what's coming up?
If you guys want to play with us and see if you can get 24 logos. Okay, so these are 24 well-known logos. You got one of them that is the right one and the other one that has something off.
Oh man.
So we're going to test your skills.
Okay.
You ready?
This is embarrassing.
All right.
Oh, Google.
You see this every single day. Anna, are you going to go with the left side or the right side?
Let me check here on my tab.
No, don't cheat. What the hell?
No, I don't know. I think it's this one, the one where the E.
The right side?
The E is red, isn't it?
Are you ready? Is this your final answer?
That's my final answer.
All right. Okay. Starting off to get okay. BMW. Like this, honestly, like I don't know
They look
myself.
identical.
Well, they reversed the white and the
colors.
blue.
Wow.
Yeah. So are you just
okay.
gonna guess on this one?
I always see
Left or right?
I always see BMW driving by right.
Right.
I think. I don't know. Oh Jesus.
Listen.
Oh.
Starbucks. You're not a fan of Starbucks coffee,
I'm-
so I don't know how you're gonna do with this
Left.
one. Why?
I feel like the star is also all white.
I feel like that's the case as well. Yes.
Hey.
Actually, yeah. This one I know this one for sure. I know this
I
one
think
for
it's
sure.
the one on the left, if I remember correctly.
That's the one I'm saying too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, come
Oh, no,
on. Come on. Come on. We're cheating.
Oh,
We just saw this one. Which one? Left
no,
or right?
The
Right?
right one, yes.
The other right?
The other right.
Okay, the
No,
other right.
left.
How you guys doing at home? Huh? Oh, this one I don't know. I'll be honest, the colors say nothing to me. I'm not a Microsoft guy.
I feel like it's the one on the right just because of school, because I see it often.
Okay. This is
But
going to
I'm
be
not,
completely...
again, I don't know.
I have no idea. I would probably go
Think
with the
so.
right
Think
without even knowing. I cannot remember what the logo, the squares, the colors look like. But just for the fact of the red being on the top there,
Yeah.
on
I think
the
that's
left.
it.
I don't know. Yes.
Hey.
Okay. Good. I mean, really? 1, 2, 2, 1. Domino.
I guess
don't know.
1, 2, just to be in order.
Okay, let's try that. No. It's 2, 1. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
No, not you. I mean them. It makes more sense. 1, 2. They got it wrong. Oh, NASA.
Is it the yellow one? Because it's the sun.
Okay, I'm gonna say white, and the reasoning why I'm gonna say white is because I feel like the yellow it's too many colors, like blue, red, yellow.
I thought of the sun. That's why I said the right.
Okay, we'll go with the right.
No,
with
don't.
you,
Did you know? Oh boy.
white.
You go with the white.
Okay, I go with yes.
You see.
Listen, I did not cheat.
No, I know you didn't.
I did not go through this. Oh, I know this one for sure.
I feel it's the one on the left.
Left, yeah, for sure. That just looks weird.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why, right? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, come on. Seriously? Don't cheat.
I'm not. I don't have Twitter. Look, I don't have Twitter.
You don't know this one? Oh my God.
I pay no attention to Twitter. I think it's the one on the right.
It is.
Okay.
Of course.
Because there's way
Jeez.
too many.
Yeah, that's like, what's going on there?
I'm not a Twitter person. I pay no attention to it.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's the one on the right because of the apron.
See, and I think it's the left because of the apron.
Then
You know why?
go with
Because
your gut feeling.
because
You're
I
the
think
designer.
it balances itself better on the the stripes being on that
on
side.
the right.
Okay, you said right. We'll go right.
Yeah.
Yes, I was right.
Told you it's gonna be embarrassing.
Oh, I know this one.
Aren't they all the same size? The one on the left.
No, I mean, look at the differences over here. The crown, man.
I don't know.
It's this one. This one is the right
That's
one.
the one I said. The one on the left.
Oh, you said the left? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's easy too. Come on. Come on. Give us something. Well, it was easy for me. I don't know if it's easy for you. Let's put some music in the background. Dun, 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 dun.
Right.
Right? Yes, it is the right one. Okay. I should have chosen like a contest music, right? God damn, I didn't think about this. This one's easy for me.
I think it's the one on the right too.
It's the one on the right. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Which one of these is the real one? Aesthetically, I'm going to say it's going to be the left one.
Yeah, but
Do you want to go with the left?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know why? Because this
Yeah,
does not
did
feel
not-
right.
no, it
it
did
just
not.
looks weird, right?
It
Look at
did.
that.
Yeah, that's why.
That looks better. Okay. Oh, I know.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't. Again, just this is like Twitter. I don't even like Pepsi.
Okay, I know it's this one.
Is
so
it okay?
It's like one of those things. Oh, damn.
Oh,
Okay.
wait a minute.
Uncle Ben's?
Yeah, I like the rice.
But what's the
I buy it all the
difference?
time, but I don't see a difference.
What's the difference? Is it the bow tie?
It's slightly greenish, isn't it, on the
That
left?
one, yeah, the left one is greenish and the other one is brown, black. I'm gonna say this one. What about you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, damn. Really? See, I don't think that's a big difference. Okay, I know this one. And just because
I think it's the one on the right.
it
if
is,
I
it has to be. I mean, look how
remember correctly.
ridiculous
there
that
are too
looks.
many dots.
Too
there.
many. Oh yeah, there you go. Like that was easy.
We just saw this
we
one.
just saw this one,
I
and
think it's the yellow one, isn't it?
yes, it's for sure the yellow one. Yeah, for sure. Oh, my brain.
Okay, hold on. I had an older one.
Oh, okay, I know which way it is. Oh man,
Need
but
to move it. It's the one on the right,
this one?
isn't it?
Okay,
It's not.
you're wrong. It's this one.
Oh,
I know. When I looked at it, I'm like, which one is it? Oh man.
because I have my Adidas sweater and I turn. I don't know anymore.
You know why? Because you keep seeing it in the mirror.
Yeah.
Subway, I know which one. I know, for sure. I know. Do you know? Oh, she's confused again. Oh my.
The sub is yellow, isn't it? No.
Your son goes to Subway all the time.
It's been a year and a half almost.
I know, that's true. So, what's it gonna be? Lift?
No, it's. Wait a minute. What is it? No,
It's-
the way is
It's
yellow.
okay. Old age brings all of this
shut
stuff.
up.
Yeah.
The way is yellow, I think.
The way is yellow?
Isn't it?
All right. Yeah, you're right.
Here you go.
I know this one too. It's almost not fair
They're the
because
same.
No, they're not.
What's
They're-
different?
The letters bleed out.
It's
yeah.
this one here.
Okay.
The bleed out that you said.
Good stuff.
There you go.
Yes. Oh, damn.
Isn't the dot on the left, so the right?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it? Oh,
I didn't even give you a chance to correct that one. That's so cool. Why is it though?
I don't know.
Listen, we got 18 out of 24.
damn. Hey, the top said, can you get 18? So I did. Hey.
Yeah, but that's only,
I scored better than 43% of the people. Look at that.
Oh,
Read.
is that what it said?
Yeah, can you please read? Look.
Oh, that's cool. All right, if you guys want to do this one, it's on BuzzFeed, and it's
Okay, it's fun. This one's
what's
fun.
it called? So, this is going all the way back to 2017. Jeez, but it was fun.
Look at that.
All
That's
right.
awesome.
Now, obviously, branding is one of those things that we do around this office. And,
True.
clients always ask me questions about it. And, I might as well take this opportunity to talk a little bit about branding and how important branding is for you. A lot of times, companies have logos. So let's talk about a couple of different scenarios here. Let's talk about first, a company that's been around for, let's say, 50 years. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you're still using the same logo, it might be a good idea to rebrand. I bet you anything that your old logo is not going to be fitting the social medias and the onlines properly.
Because it was done prior to.
It was done
right?
prior to that even existing. It wasn't accounting for that. I mean, you can be lucky and you have a good symbol that actually works.
Yeah.
But in a lot of cases, you don't have, when I say you need to rebrand, you don't need to do something drastic. I mean, look at what Renault did, right? They grabbed the same kind of style and
They cleaned it.
they cleaned it up and they just made it work. And now it works for today's world and on going online and all of that. So it's one of those things. I like, if you've had your logo for a long time, if it doesn't fit social media properly, if it doesn't work well online, then you should definitely think about changing your logo. Don't go drastic. Those are my 2 cents. I never liked going 100% drastic. I mean, you saw the zoo one, that worked because it was a much better idea. So
otherwise, people don't even recognize you.
but they kept the green, obviously, changed a little bit of the green, but it still maintained that. But
because you still need to have that identity that people can still identify you, right?
yeah, it was a tricky one. But because the new logo has a very clear representation of the animals, that in itself it's a trade-off from the word
Yeah.
zoo,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and they're using the naming on the side of the logo or above it or below it, whatever it is. And that's going to help with the icon that
Yeah.
they created, which is a very solid icon. So it's a tricky, slippery slope to say you should do it this way, you should do it that way. It really depends on, first, where you're taking your company, what direction you want to take
Yeah.
your company. Second, who's designing that for you, and how, what ideas they have or what ideas you have in terms of
Yep.
changing the logo. But my number one reason to change is really to show innovation. So if you have an old looking logo, it's time to do that. And if you have something that doesn't work online, that's another good reason for you to do that. If you're starting a company, that's another scenario. Don't try to do the logo yourself. It's going to look, unless you're a designer, then go for it. But you want to start off with something that's going to look professional, because that's what's going to represent your company and what you do.
Absolutely.
So you do want to be able to either hire a professional to do it, or B, utilize a lot of the services that are online.
Still,
whichever way you want to go.
I can utilize a lot of those things online. I still won't be able to.
Well, here's the thing,
Create
and
anything.
obviously, I'm a bit biased when it comes to this. And don't use the stuff online, because listen, if you're on a budget and you're just you're crunching numbers and you do need to get just use it for now and then get a good design done afterwards. But the problem I have with online stuff is that I believe that you're not getting a really authentic and to the point logo like that, because you're missing that human interaction with, the designer being able to see what you're doing, to speak to you, to get that feeling of what you want to have in your business. It's very different than answering questions online. Just, what's your favorite color and what the kind of shape do you like? And I feel like when I sit down with my clients and I have that conversation, I never go very directly into what colors do you like. It's more like, what's your business about? What do you want to? How do you want to portray yourself? Like,
Do you have anything in mind? Because sometimes they do, right?
They do, and it might be actually a good idea, but it needs to start with that conversation and just having those ideas back and forth. That's what's going to bring out the right logo and the right brand for your company, right? I that's the only reason why I feel like going to, let's say, Fiverr or whoever it is online and trying to get a logo from there. I mean, you're going to get good logos. I mean, those people are designers too, but they're not going to have that little,
Je ne sais quoi.
that extra feeling that you're going to get
Yeah.
when you're sitting in front of the person that you're working with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
I
that
agree.
human part, for me, I think that's what's going to bring out the good logo, the good brand.
I think it's the most important element, the human element, right? Because
But listen, if you're on a budget, do what you have to
True,
do.
Yes, but you talk about ideas, you add something, your client adds something else, and I think it's what's
But
important.
it's still better than you
Yeah.
going onto Word and just typing in the
please
name,
don't.
trying to find the right font that you might like, and then that becomes your logo. Do yourself a favor and everybody else. Don't do that.
Yeah.
At least go online and you're not probably getting the 100%, get the 70% better logo and just go with that, because
I agree.
it's otherwise, I don't know, man. It's just, it's going to look weird, man. It's going to be annoying. That's all I'm going to say. So we have spoken about all of these things, and now we're going to talk about the last piece of news that I wanted to bring up, which I found so surprising, man.
What is
So,
it?
and I saw a whole bunch of YouTubers talk about this, because I think everybody kind of felt the same way. So the iPhone 12 mini. So they came out with, I don't know if you remember, the normal. This is the normal size. There was a bigger size. And then they also came out with a mini, which
One
is
I
the
really
size.
liked.
Yeah, it's the size of the 5 that you had. So it's a smaller,
Slightly smaller than
it's a
mine,
slightly smaller phone. And honestly, when they came out with that, everybody, no, it's way smaller than
smaller
that.
than this. Yeah, this one's pretty big.
So everybody was like, yes, finally, there's like everything I need in a small, compact phone. I can put it in my pocket and it'll be nice.
But nobody liked it.
And then nobody bought it. It's so weird.
That is weird.
Well, not nobody. I mean, they still made they still made quite a bit. They still sold, I don't know how many millions of units and all of that, but it wasn't up to where
I really liked it, and I love that red.
the expectations, were, I think, a little bit higher than what actually ended up happening.
Yeah.
I honestly think, listen, I had the XL size before, and I came down to a regular size, and I still think that this is a good size. For my hand, it's a good size. For yours, it's probably a little bit big.
I like the mini. Let me just say hi to Jose Elio Martins, because he's saying hi to you as well.
Hey, Jose, welcome to the stream. So yeah, this was a little bit of a surprise when I started, watching all these videos of people talking about how this one didn't work out and all of that. I don't know. They're still they haven't quit on it. They're still gonna keep on doing it, but I think the units that they're gonna be doing now for the future is gonna be significantly lower. But hey, they're still gonna continue. Never know. You know what? These might be the things that pick up afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It might be one of those.
I would definitely get one, especially in that color.
That color's nice.
I love it.
But it needs to be the good red. That's a good red.
Oh, there's more than one?
Well, I don't know if it was actually this one in red that I didn't like. It was like a mushy red.
No.
No, I like that red.
That one, yeah.
It has to be the Creative 7 red. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So it's good. All right, so now let's move on to the next section of our show. And yes, we are going to talk about the YouTube channel of the week. And today, I bring you Will Patterson. You've seen me watch a couple of his videos for sure.
Yeah, I have.
This guy is a logo designer, hand lettering guy. He's a graphic designer, all that stuff. But I like the way that he does things old school. He's very pen and paper. And it kind of reminds me of, the times before the computers when we had to actually be artists in order to do this stuff. But, as you can see in some of the videos here, he does work with his iPad a lot.
Yeah.
And the reason why he does that, it's because, here I am talking about this guy and I don't have him on screen. Why do I have an assistant? I don't know.
I was looking at this one. Sorry.
I know we're looking at this one, but anyways, let's go back to this. So I was pointing at this, guys. I was pointing at this video because you can see how he's drawing on the iPad. So he does a lot of the stuff on the iPad as well. But he's very much into design, logo design, branding, hand lettering. It's a very interesting guy to follow if you're into this kind of stuff, or if not. I mean, he explains things pretty well.
You may discover something you like that you don't know about yet.
Exactly. And this guy puts out videos all the time. Like, it's not one of those guys that, look, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I wish, man. I wish I had the time to do that. Yeah. But this is what he does. This is his lifestyle. This is what, he obviously takes in work from clients, but I think he's more of a YouTuber now than he is a designer, or I guess maybe not really, because he's designing for YouTube. So it's kind of like one of those things. He found a way to showcase his passion and make money out of that. I mean, the guy's got almost 500,000 subscribers, which is pretty impressive, right? Yeah. So, hey, this is my suggestion for the day. Obviously, being in this channel, you guys know that it's always going to be either tech, either creative stuff, or, I don't know, people I know. If you know anybody that has a cool YouTube page, then send it over. Let us know. Send me an email, jamie@creative7inc.com, and I will look into it and might just put it on. Who knows? Why are you looking?
I liked it. You were like on a row. I was just like,
why are you looking at me that way? Why is she doing this to me? Next one is, are you ready?
I am.
I need to put music to these intros, so that I know what's going on, because I feel like, is it up? Is it going? Is it?
I am now looking at that.
All right. Podcasts. We're going to talk about these guys. Well, this guy in particular.
You need to put it up as well.
I need to put it up as well. See? Now you're doing your job.
See?
Thank you. I was just putting you to the test. This was just a test to see if you're paying attention.
Sure.
So you might have heard these guys once or twice in the car, probably. I don't know.
Yes, I have.
I only listen to podcasts when I'm by myself in my car, but sometimes
This
when
is-
you're in there.
I know, and I like. Well, I
You don't
listen
like all
to-
of them.
yeah, and I listen to different ones as well.
That's
so-
right. So this is the Fire Nation. This guy's pretty impressive, I have to say. So it's all about entrepreneurship, right? So owning businesses, talking about what has happened through the whole livelihood of your business.
Yeah.
So he's interviewed a lot of people. He started back in 2012. So he's been at this for a while. And he's interviewed, information I have here on my notes, over 3,000. 3,000.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
That's
of
a
people.
lot of people.
And they're all entrepreneurs or in
All
the business
entrepreneurs,
area?
and going from
Wow.
Tony Robbins to Seth Godin,
Well,
Gary
I see Gary
Vaynerchuk,
there, yeah.
Tim Ferriss,
Wow.
and many more. So
That's pretty awesome.
the cool thing about his podcast is if you're a business person or you like podcasts that have to do with like entrepreneurship, this is a pretty cool one to listen to because of the guests as well. Like he's a great interviewer and has great conversations with his guests, but his guests really bring the value in because they're all from so many different aspects of business that it becomes really, really interesting to listen to his podcast because of that. I find myself, listening to a couple of them every time and it's like in one shot because they're really, really interesting. So here's, you can check them out on, where do I have the, let me see if I can find the, there you go. Did you see that effect?
That was
like,
that's pretty awesome.
oh man, I forgot to put the loop going bigger, so now I got to keep on pressing the button.
That's okay.
Am
You've
I
been
okay
doing that
with
for
that?
a while, but you're okay. Yeah,
I'm
that's
okay with
fine.
that. Okay. So that's the icon you got to look for when you're looking for it online or on any one of these platforms that you might listen to podcasts. This one is on the iTunes podcast app, and that's the icon. That's the same icon that you're going to see on the other podcast apps. Entrepreneurs on Fire. John Lee Dumas. He actually goes by JLD.
Well, Dumas is a famous French writer.
Dumas?
Yeah, Alexandre Dumas.
Really? Oh my gosh, this is like a
You see?
perfect
Count of Monte
segue.
Cristo.
This is a perfect segue for the next final section of our podcast. No, this is not a podcast. I keep saying podcast
I know.
because of the
Because
creative.
we've been doing
The Creative Spin podcast. Oh, and by the way, if you guys haven't checked out our YouTube channel, please do. youtube.com/Creative7Inc.
If you're watching us on Facebook, otherwise they are checking it.
I've got such a smart ass of a co-host.
Just saying.
It's hard. I try my best. Talk about your book.
Well, see,
Take over.
I'm not thinking over.
Because you know everything.
I do not know anything at all. That's all. All I know is that I know nothing.
Oh my.
Anyways, so book, because that's kind of my métier. So this week,
Coffee's getting cold.
I decided to bring a book that I read a few years back. I actually brought this guy to the cottage. I don't know if you remember, and it was my cottage reading, and I loved it.
You read like 1,000 books a year, and you're saying, "Oh, I brought this one to the cottage in 2000 and whatever."
I don't know when, but it was a couple.
How am I
years,
gonna remember that?
A couple years back. Anyways,
If it has, it does have a nice cover. If it's got a nice cover, I might remember it.
It's Ian Martel's The High Mountains of Portugal. And this book is very interesting. So if you don't know Ian, I think it's Ian because it's a Spanish name, Martel's, he's the author of Life of Pi that became a movie
See,
afterwards.
I haven't watched the movie yet.
Yeah, so there you go. So it's the same author.
But it's not the same story of the movie, right? No, it's
No,
it's the
Life
same
of
author.
Pi is the book. Yeah, same author. And so
Okay.
after Life of Pi, he wrote, I believe this was the one right after. So when I bought this book, actually, I bought it for two reasons.
First, because it said Portugal.
Yeah, well, and not only that, it's at the high mountains of Portugal. And since I'm from that region, I was like,
You're just like, are they talking about my place? Are
what
they
is
talking
this
about
all
me?
And the second one, it's because I really liked Life of Pi, and I said, let me give it a try. And again, I loved it. It's a book I highly recommend. Just very quickly, it starts with a quest. And it starts with a quest 1904 in Lisbon. And there is this gentleman named Tomas, who discovers an old journal that can lead to an artifact in the high mountains of Portugal.
Okay.
That, if found, it can redefine history. So that's the first part. And then the second part...
Hey, no spoilers, man. We want people to read the book.
No, you'll read more about it here. That's not a spoiler.
Okay.
But it's very interesting because it jumps 35 years in history. So
after he finds that?
35 years later, we find another person. It's a Portuguese pathologist who is into the murders of Agatha Christie, and like his life is all about them. And he finds himself in a murder mystery that is related to that quest from 35 years before.
Okay.
And that then...
There's a lot of math going on in my head
Then
right now.
it jumps 50 years again. So 50 years later, a Canadian senator goes to his old village in the mountains of ancestral village in the high mountains of Portugal and it's a little bit of a sad story, to mourn his wife's passing, right? So,
okay.
But he brings with him a very peculiar companion, a chimpanzee. And it's there with that chimpanzee that the quest comes to an end.
Whoa. What year are we talking about here? That you can travel with chimpanzees.
So there you go. We're talking about the end of the 20th century, right? So
and back then you could travel.
So 85, we're talking maybe 1980s. Anyway.
You could travel with chimpanzees?
I don't know, but he does have
a
chimpanzee
dogs,
with him. And the quest comes to a conclusion when this Canadian senator goes to his ancestral village in the high mountains of Portugal. It is just like Life of Pi, very intriguing.
So do you give it a 4-star, 5-star? What's the star rating?
This one I give it a 5 out of 5 because it's a tale of love and loss and so much more in the middle. And Jan Martel was born in Spain, but he lives in Canada. I think he lives in Saskatoon, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you have like a Portuguese background in order to do that kind of stuff?
Well, he was born in Spain, so I'm sure the Iberian Peninsula is known to him. I don't know if he has any Portuguese background, but definitely being from Spain, I guess the Iberian Peninsula just, he knows it quite well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it does an amazing job describing the geography. It's almost like you're traveling through Portugal in the early 1900s to the late 1900s, right?
So what you're saying is we can read this book and travel around in the book.
And you're solving a murder mystery, and you're solving an old artifact that you're finding sort of, that can redefine history. And you find the chimpanzee.
Let me give you some of these. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
So
it was
The High Mountains of Portugal by Jan Martel.
It was a great book you brought to our attention.
I love fiction. Okay, so stop saying that. It's a very good book. And the book club that I belonged to loved it.
Oh, this is too good. Anyways, guys, this was fun. We're gonna get going, but I want to talk about before we go. Disney Plus. I don't know if you guys have it. We have it here, and tonight we're gonna be watching the first episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know if you guys are into the Marvel stuff. See, I even put like Mr. Captain America here, so that you guys can figure out why.
Have a few of those.
We're going to have to figure out who's going to be Captain America. There's like a whole, like, here's the shield, and I'll become Captain America, but we're talking about two different guys.
I know,
who's
our
gonna be
son
the guy?
was giving me a whole
I hope he hasn't watched.
it.
If he's watching right now, I swear to God. Because remember WandaVision? The last episode, we were supposed to watch this whole family.
He forgot to watch the very, very ending, remember? He was like, oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, but didn't he sneak around behind our back and watch the last episode before we did? When we had specifically planned
Actually,
this.
he told me that he was going to probably watch it, but he would not spoil it.
I did not know about this part.
And I said, hold on, let me finish. And I said, you shouldn't, because knowing you will spoil here or there, or you're gonna start acting up.
Okay, mother.
And he said, I won't. I'm like, okay, are you sure? I don't mind you watching, but you are going to spoil it.
So you gave him the green light.
So no, I said I don't mind you watching.
You just said you could watch it.
But I said you are going to spoil it.
Now I have to go forgive my son.
No.
Because it was all your fault.
No. He told me he was not going to watch it, but then he did.
Well, because mom just gave him the green light.
Because mom doesn't care about spoilers.
That's not the point.
He didn't spoil it though.
Everybody was supposed to watch it at the same time.
He didn't spoil it, and we did watch it at the same time. That very end scene, the very last one.
That's not the point. It's a family thing.
He watched.
I swear to God, if he watched,
no, this one he didn't talk to me about.
Because I can go check. Can you check?
I don't know
what people have. Yeah, I think you can.
You can, yeah.
I'm gonna go check.
History. But anyways, no, he was talking about all sorts of theories behind this one, but he did not say I want to watch it before you do. So there you go. I think he got the message.
He got the message. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. We're going to go check that out, get some food going. And that's it for our Friday night in terms of live streaming. I'm thinking about jumping in tomorrow on my own. I'm not putting you in the middle of this. I just wanted, I'm going to test stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool?
That is cool, yes.
Are you sure?
Well, I'll jump in if I'm not too busy.
Oh, she's jumping in. Look at her.
If I'm not too busy, I said.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a beautiful weekend.
Enjoy.
Hasta la vista. And we'll catch you again next Friday at 7. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Take care.
That's what they say.